really want this show.
Hey, welcome to Absurdist Asylum. Welcome and thank you for joining us for Absurdist Asylum's 9th episode. We're working with some new equipment, so there is a bit of an annoying echo in the last half of the episode. We are aware of it, and we think we know how to fix it for the next one. You're going to hear Swagger by Flogging Molly on the way out. Not only are they one of my favorite bands, but the song's about getting too drunk for your own good. I think we got pretty close in this episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. It's at Absurdist Asylum with an apostrophe S. And email us any questions at absurdasylum@gmail.com. Thanks for coming by.
Hey, should we do a shot before we start?
Yes, let's do a shot.
I like my women like I like my coffee. Full of my own semen.
Wow.
After so long, we're back.
Welcome. No, let's roll with it.
It was the right time.
Welcome to Absurdist Asylum. That was great. Welcome to Absurdist Asylum. It's been a long time. I am Jason. I am joined by Jeff and our good friend Bagpipes O'Toole. Jeff, it's been a long time. How have you guys been? Jeff, how you been?
I've been here. I've been there. I've been everywhere. You guys should Google cum volcano.
The first image that pops up is not what you think it is.
Not what you think it is. The rest definitely are. Don't Google it at work.
All right, Bagpipes.
Google it at work.
Bagpipes, longtime friend of the show. How you been?
I graduated college and I started my master's degree, and now I'm in Air Force ROTC.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, school sucks.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Thanks,
awesome. So, you guys heard our intro song. Well, let's consider that a work in progress. But this is the new Absurdist Asylum, and tonight we're going to start off with a show that's perfect, with an episode that's perfect for the show. We're calling it Hate Therapy because Jeff, he hates everything. Any movies you put up in front of him, he's super critical. He loves to hate things, and Bagpipes.
Fucking A.
Bagpipes and I, that's not how we're wired. I can bleep that. I will bleep that.
Whatever, I don't care.
We said like 1,000 times on the other ones. I think it's fine.
Anyways, that's not how we're wired. So we're going to switch things up tonight and talk about some things that we hate, and Jeff's going to tell us about some of the rarities that he really likes. We'll even say some of the things that Jeff might love.
I love a lot of things.
We're going to try and
this,
keep it...
This has been super easy thinking of things that I love.
like hung advertising executives.
Like hung advertising.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there's
so
no
I'm going to start
context.
us off. One of the things that I spent a lot of time doing is watching Netflix, and Netflix, as far as things go, has a great reputation. And I watched a show called Pacific Heat. Have either of you guys seen Pacific Heat?
I've avoided watching Pacific Heat.
Well,
Never even heard of it.
Well, Jeff, you did what you should have. I wasted not even a full half hour of my life, like maybe 15, 20 minutes. It's basically an Archer ripoff, and what the show's description on Netflix, which is IMDb, which is a ragtag group of agents trying to recover their reputation, is almost the exact premise of Archer season number 5. And it's like, right. I really think that Netflix should know better than to... I mean, it looks just like Archer, except they're Australian. That's the kicker.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, because I was pretty sure it was Australian, which normally I'm a fan of, but just like Australia in general, except for all the fucking spiders. Those can fuck off. But I had heard, speaking of the Archer thing, just before we go further with this, from IMDb, because I looked it up, they said that the concept of this like dates back to '96. But to me, I guarantee you, the concept may have been there, but when they made the show, they clearly said, make this look as Archer as possible.
Yep.
And that's part of the reason I avoided watching it for so long, because it just seemed like something that was like pretty much what you're describing.
Yeah.
So the moral is that I'm always right. Like, podcast over, Jeff's always right. Yippee.
Except for the moments where you're wrong. No,
I haven't seen that.
well, and it's not worth your time. I didn't even get to finish a whole episode. And I'm sure somebody out there will probably say, well, you got to give it a chance. But I mean, I haven't even bothered to look up the score on Rotten Tomatoes because it was just not. I didn't even think that anybody else would have a different opinion of it because it was pretty much what I described. Like Jeff agreed.
What's it called?
Pacific
Heat.
Heat.
Let's do this though, because I'm legitimately curious. Is it just that it is all too familiar if you've seen Archer, or is it like the jokes don't play, or is it like a situation where they somehow don't have jokes, or like what is it that makes it so terrible?
Even the animation style is the same. No, it's worse.
It's the exact same, just with a smaller budget.
No, it looks worse. Yeah, it looks like a fucking. What was that?
It is
What was-
worse.
the internet
that I
first-
said before we get too far away, it's not that it's all too familiar, because at the same time I was watching Frisky Dingo and I loved Frisky Dingo, which I know it's the same guys and people will say whatever about it,
Right.
but Frisky Dingo is the exact same animation style, the exact same people making it as Archer, and that's not something that I hated.
Yeah, I love Frisky Dingo.
Same as these.
So there's the first thing that I love. I didn't even mean to do that. So
Yeah.
Frisky Dingo.
Ding, 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 ding.
I saw like when it.
Let's do a half shot for things that Jeff loves.
Let's do it. I'm cool with this.
Just half shot because we might be talking about it a lot.
All right, half shots for things Jeff loves. Scruff says hi.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a Scruff McGruff, you cutest little dog. I love you. Give that little fucker a hug for me. I love his little sweet little face.
Yeah,
Like-
we will. I'll make Alex do it.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Peter,
So-
stop aggressively loving Jason's dog. It's weird.
over the internet, it's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Jeff,
Guys
what
said
about
my name
Frisky
again.
Dingo? What about Frisky Dingo is something, because I guess Pacific Heat wasn't that hot of a topic, but what about Frisky Dingo is what you love?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a bad example for me to go in depth on because I haven't watched it since it aired like forever ago.
Like
I just
on
remember
TV.
it's a lot of the things that people like about Archer, obviously, because it's the same guy. But like if we're looking at just comedic timing, which I think is like the most important thing really in life, since I don't have any reference for priorities, comedic timing is, I think, like the most important thing in comedy, especially animation. And I think that Frisky Dingo kind of nails it more so than Archer does, or more so than most things that came out around the same time. This is probably the most anybody's ever like talked about Frisky Dingo ever.
Well, that's fine.
But
And
No,
I would
no.
have to agree with you. The thing about Frisky Dingo is that it was really punchy with its timing, because I literally had to watch the first episode over again because it was funny. It was
Right.
funny, and it like caught me off guard enough that I had to rewatch it, and then finally like actually to get into the show.
yeah, and you guys know that I'm like a complete like failure as a filmmaker, but I I strive for every project I try that never actually gets made. I try for like a Frisky Dingo kind of. That's like my reference. Like that show was like life-changing for me because at
Seriously?
the time I was like, this is like nothing else. Like the timing of this is so perfect, and now kind of everything follows that same sort of formula. But I mean I might just be dumb or like a hack, but I literally can't like comprehend why it's so perfect. It just is. And again, a lot of people probably are listening to this thinking that, well, a lot of people, nobody listens to this, but if anybody listens to this, they're going to think that I'm insane giving so much praise to the mystique of Frisky Dingo. But I don't know.
Well,
I just feel like
that's one thing. Well, go ahead. I agree with you on that. Is that it has a it has a quality that it's like, especially after knowing what they became watching Archer, is the thing about Frisky Dingo is it really it's watchable, especially because it's so short. Like you
Yeah.
can sit there
Yeah,
and watch episode after episode after episode.
yeah, it's not always about length, which is what I always tell myself when I'm trying to stop crying. But it's like it's one of those things where I think that packing, like the way that their timing works, putting all of that into an 11-minute show, it seems like they're just hitting like 100% success rate to me anyway. Whereas Archer, like I do kind of like Archer, but putting that same kind of thing to a 22-minute format, it just like the success rate is not quite there, I don't think. But again, it's been a while since I watched Frisky Dingo, so maybe I'm just like remembering it differently. But
all right, fair enough. Now I want to ask you, Peter, Bagpipes, whatever the fuck we're calling you.
Yeah, really.
What's something that really gets under your skin as far as something that you hate, media-wise, TV, movies, music? I don't give a fuck. I have some things about the internet that I hate that I want to talk about. But go ahead.
You want to talk about fucking memes, Jason?
Yeah, no, you guys, go ahead. Yeah, no. I put some terrible memes on Twitter.
No.
Go ahead. Do what you gotta do. If it's funny,
Like, I don't know. I'm a hipster to my fucking core. I hate like most mainstream stuff, including mainstream like media that includes music, news, and there's a lot of shit that I hate, man.
women, Peter's a misogynist.
No, I'm not.
No.
No, I don't really have anything ready, Jason. I kind of like let.
All right.
Spot me.
Fair enough.
Let me-
Well,
I have plenty to talk
I'm
about,
glad
but let me
that
just.
we connected on Frisky Dingo. Now for those of you guys that don't know, and Jeff and Peter, I'm sure this is just a review for you, but the premise of the show can only take you so far. You need a talented group of writers to actually flesh out a premise and make a good television show. So when people tell me that they stopped watching Last Man on Earth because more people started showing up in the show, I have to hold myself back because you mean now that they can actually tell us a story, you don't want to watch this episode? Because all right, so if you're watching Last Man on Earth and it's just Phil Tandy Miller, there's 3 episodes. There's one where he's doing everything he wants, including jerking off a lot. There's 2 when he's crying a lot, and then the 3rd he commits suicide in the desert by himself.
What? That happens?
No. If he was by himself, no. But the thing is more people showed up, and then our good friend Peter, you and I, my roommate that you know, Jeff, you know him as well. He stopped watching the show because he was like, oh, now that there's 3 people on this show, it doesn't make any sense. It's not the Last Man on Earth anymore.
Oh
Shut
my
your
God.
fucking
Oh, like
mouth,
he was
Alex.
totally just going
I
for
said his name. I'm gonna bleep that too.
whatever.
Just like Hitler
cares?
and Walt Disney. I'm
He
gonna bleep
deserves
those
to be
two.
shamed if that's what's
Yeah.
up.
Alex.
Yeah, Alex. You hear that? Alex. Alex. You can't bleep all of that, you son of a bitch.
Son of a boop.
Um, thi-
Yeah,
I-
no. So it's like, that's another show I just binge watched the other day because I was thinking about doing this episode, and I just the Last Man on Earth is hilarious. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
I have not, but I know I'm supposed to talk about things I like, but what you just described makes me so mad. You have no idea.
All right, well that's fair enough. Like that's something that's worth hating. Peter,
Should we do full
what are
shots for
your
stuff
thoughts
that
on
Jeff
the show?
hates, or is that too reckless?
Well, I mean, we don't have to continue doing shots for everything that Jeff hates and likes. But
Well,
Peter,
we
I want
can.
to know. I want to know what you think of the Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
Well, I always liked what's it? Will Forte. Uh, he's definitely one of my favorite SNL cast members. I don't really know how long he was on there for, but it was one of those things that, like, I like the goofy humor. And like chick from the chick who was on what's the show with it?
Bob's
Like,
Burgers.
Yeah, like girl from
Kristen Shaw, one of my favorite. Like we were talking about Tress MacNeille earlier because we mentioned Dot from Animaniacs, but Kristen Shaw and Tress MacNeille, top 2 favorite. Well, definitely my top 5 favorite voice actors, female or male.
Is she like a real life version of Dot? Because I'm really seeing that.
No. Kristen Shaw plays Louise. Tress MacNeille plays Dot. We were talking about Dot earlier in our
No, but
thing.
I can just see the comparison between the two, that they're both really like personalities very similar.
No. Louise? No. You're talking about Louise from Bob's Burgers, right?
No. The girl
You're
from
talking about Dot from Animaniacs? No. Forget
the
Dot
girl
from
from
Animaniacs.
girl,
Yeah.
the girl from what's her? I don't really know her name.
Kristen Shaw from Last Man on Earth plays Louise in Bob's Burgers.
I just feel like she's like Dot. I'm sorry, everybody. This is a horrible conversation.
Yeah,
It's just...
no, that's not right. Anyways, I'm glad that at least one of you guys likes the show. Jeff, you should watch it. I'll move on.
Well, I mean, you guys want to hear something I like that ties directly into what you were talking about?
Do it.
Which is what I'm going to try and do.
Do it. That's the point.
Okay, so piggybacking off of your the title being Last Man on Earth, and then there being more people and people not watching it. So this is half something I love, and then just again that irritates the shit out of me. So there's a movie from a couple years ago called John Dies at the End.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure I've told you guys about this before, but I was all about that movie when it came out, and I told my friend who likes that type of movie, I was like, you have to see John Dies at the End. It is fantastic. You have to see it right now. He texted me and said, yeah, it was pretty good. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And I was like, okay, fair. What didn't you like about it, though? And he said, well, the title's misleading. And I said, how? And he said, because John doesn't die at the end. And that's not a spoiler at all, because if you watch the movie,
it's fucking not even.
It has, yeah.
Can't explain.
But anyway,
it's that's definitely on Netflix if you guys want to watch it.
No,
but,
it definitely is, and I love that movie to death.
That's one that I love as so much that I can just put that on and fall asleep to, even though Lizzie hates it. Well, she doesn't hate it. She just doesn't like how fucking weird it is. But
see, and that to me is exactly the type of thing that needs to come out more. Like without getting on a tangent, just things like that are so creative, and literally their only setbacks are budget related, and that's it. Everything else is so spot on. The creativity's there, just the technical stuff might be slightly lacking, I guess, if you're a prick bastard, but it's that's where the only holdups are. And if every movie was that sort of
like that creative and that well thought out, we would be like flooded with great art all the time. But it is what it is. But I love that movie. That's one of my go-to like recommendations for people that is, I think, great and weird enough for me, but the casual viewer is typically fine with it. So John dies at the end. I mean, it came out like Jesus almost 5 years ago, I think. But if you're looking for a thing, that definitely is one.
That's what Jeff's Craigslist ad says. If you're looking for the thing, definitely is one.
No, my Craigslist ad has ever been
you know,
disappointed.
I like John dies at the end too.
I want to talk about Star Wars Force Awakens, and I also want to talk about fucking...
Wait, so do you hate The Force Awakens?
No, I loved everything.
That's not this episode. We already talked about The Force Awakens.
But you don't, you're supposed to talk about things you hate.
All right, so let's take a shot for something that Jeff loves.
Yes.
All right.
Hey guys, I love Star Wars Force Awakens as well, so you should take 2.
Yay! What about how do you feel about? But I really, really, really want to talk about Rogue One.
All right, cheers.
I do.
Cheers.
I want to more so talk about Felicity Jones.
Cheers. All right. Let's not get off topic and take a shot. All right. So before we get all Rogue One and Felicity Jones, I have to talk about something that we hate. This is how this works. I don't care what you guys say. This is something that I can almost guarantee that both of you hate. So when I go to a website, it's usually to get information. Usually. And the information...
The information being penis and butthole.
And that's what the... all right, well, you imply what you imply. But whether the information is useful or not depends on the website. And if that website is Buzzfeed or some other nonsense... Chances are you're looking at a listicle, and
A listicle.
And I hate that that's actually a word that people recognize with their brains. And that's part of the things. You've never heard the word listicle. You've never been to a website where it like shows you a picture and a sentence, and then you have to click next to see the next picture and sentence.
It's like a list and article put together.
Listicle. See that perfect harmonious marriage of nonsense. And honestly, I played along for maybe like a year and a half, and now if I click on something that's like, oh, that looks interesting, and then I have to like look and see what the next click to see what the next sentence is or the next picture. I don't care if it's Anna Kendrick's ass pics. I am not going to look at that next. I'm not going to click because they're just trying to force feed advertisement down my fucking.
Every time you click on that, you're just downloading cookies onto your browser.
That's exactly what it's for.
Check out these 14 awesome shots of Anna Kendrick's asshole.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay.
This one has a smiley face directly below the crack.
Notice the dingo. No. Okay, keep going, Jason. Don't let us derail you.
No, that was perfect.
That was bad.
That's really the thing that I hate is when something. I'm trying to, read something interesting. It's not always, Anna Kendrick's aspect. That was just a joke. It was a good joke at that.
Butthole sings her famous songs from Pitch Perfect.
But sometimes it's like I want to see like pictures of cool tattoos, and it's like, every I have to click and get 3 more ads for the next picture of a tattoo.
You won't ever believe this guy's tattoo of Anna Kendrick's butthole.
On his butthole.
On somebody's butthole.
Does the audience know that somebody actually got a tattoo from our show? I feel like we should capitalize on that because that just makes us cool.
That didn't actually happen though. That's the problem.
Peter.
What?
I didn't. Tell me I didn't. That wasn't a real thing.
No, really? I'm
Yeah,
sure, like,
no, that wasn't a real thing. It was just a perfect coincidence.
I showed three
what he's
people that,
talking about-
dude.
What Peter's talking about is in our first episode, Jeff told Morena Bachman to Snapchat him that pussy.
No, I
And
didn't.
I
No,
showed-
there's no evidence proving that. That's foul and misogynistic, and I never would have said that.
And I showed Peter a picture of somebody who had a tattoo that said Snapchat me that pussy.
Let's just say in
as
an
a
alternate
joke, and
universe. Let's just say that I did say that in an alternate universe.
Wait.
That's a song. That is a song that has become part of pop culture. Peter, you're so just behind the times.
I think I'll look that up now, but I'm really disappointed right now, you guys.
Why would you, for the life of you, think anybody would get a tattoo of this bullshit that we do?
That's what made it so great, is that they did.
That didn't happen. I'm sorry to ruin your entire life.
Yeah, really. It
No,
did.
no,
just,
bro,
my
that
life
came from
did
Reddit.
just
I'm
get,
sorry.
like,
I didn't really. I thought you guys knew. Jeff definitely knew, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I
my
definitely.
life just got like
All right,
20.
so Jeff, before we get any farther, what's your next love pick? We'll call it, which we shouldn't call it
Anna
that.
Kendrick's buttle.
And after that,
No,
That bums me out. Wait, hold up.
I get it.
no, we're
Bums.
not holding
Bums
up,
good.
Peter. You got
That's
pranked. Jeff hates prank humor. I didn't mean to prank you. You fell for it. It's over.
That
Jeff,
is true.
what's your next pick?
Hold on. Let me say something to both of you. In that case, then, fuck you guys. Bummed me out. Seriously, Jason. Fuck you.
Peter, why would you believe that?
Why wouldn't I? You just sent me the picture. I've never heard this song before. By Rick Ross.
But like logically though, why nobody even we have literally like 10 listeners. 3 of them are on the podcast. Why would you think anybody would do that?
I guess I was just hopeful. I'm fucking mad at you guys right now.
I would just abandon all hope. I thought I made it pretty clear in the group chat that was false, like that was a fake thing.
Yeah, no,
I didn't listen to that. I didn't listen to you.
Right, because Jeff hates everything. And so, Jeff, please tell us something.
Jesus, shut up! I'm upset at you guys.
So, okay, hang on. So you've been going around and you've been telling people.
No, I showed like
unsolicited.
I showed like 3 people.
I'm on a podcast and this person got a tattoo, and the tattoo that you're showing them is Snapchat that pussy. So like, why are you doing this? Are you thinking this is gonna help you in any way?
I just showed like probably 2 or 3 people.
Bagpipes. You can keep
God.
lying to them though, because they'll never know the truth.
Yeah, are they listeners of the actual
Did you
podcast?
actually? Yeah, we can chop and screw this motherfucker. No,
No,
but
I'm gonna
Jeff-
just assume that they're not because they're people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add something to my list of shit that I hate. It's fucking YouTube. Dickhead.
It's more me though.
Fuck you.
Well, I would like to add to my list of things that I love is I love that not only did Peter fall for that, but he also was showing people this, thinking that they were going to be
Shot for
impressed.
something
Where the
Jeff
punchline
loves.
is
I love it
Snapchat
too.
that pussy.
I feel like one of my biggest fears is that I'm gonna go through my entire life without knowing how retarded I am.
Well,
we don't use
well,
that
you can-
word anymore.
Yeah, you don't need that fear anymore because we just kind of proved how retarded you are.
Oh my god.
Shot.
I fucking hate you guys. That's my little fucking hate. I
Oh,
fucking
man.
hate you.
What
Okay.
a diatribe. So now Peter, bagpipes, Peter, bagpipes. We love
Bagpipes.
you. I was
Say my full social security number.
Bagpipes O'Toole. Bagpipes O'Toole number 681173452. Now I don't know if you guys have started using Amazon Prime Video.
Yup.
but if you haven't, anybody, you guys are missing out. They've got great movies like Tusk, which I've been wanting to see for a long time.
Oh, wait, pause.
No pause.
Tell me about it. I just watched The Lobster.
The Lobster was weird. But the
I haven't
Lobster's
seen
on
that yet.
Amazon
Don't
Video
spoil
as
that.
well.
Don't spoil that. Don't
we
spoil.
will not spoil The Lobster. Jeff, you've seen Tusk. The Lobster's on Amazon Prime Video as well.
Jeff, you haven't seen The
Tusk
Lobster?
in
though?
the-
Wait. Before we get too into this, you guys might be wondering why I'm talking about something that obviously rave reviews from me when I'm supposed to be doing a hate episode. And the reason I hate it is because, like Peter, like Bagpipes O'Toole, I hate myself because I've been paying for Amazon.
I don't hate myself. Maybe I do.
I've been paying. No. He hates me. I hate myself.
I don't want to hate myself.
No. All right. Anyways, I've been paying for Amazon Prime Video for at least 2 months, and I had no idea. I was paying for Amazon Prime for the shipping, and didn't realize that actually came with it because I wasn't paying that close attention, and I had plenty to entertain me. So I hate the fact that I was like missing out on movies like Tusk and a movie that Jeff recommended to us in our second episode, Green Room. With Patrick Stewart, Peter, or Bagpipes O'Toole. I know you've seen that, whatever the fuck we're calling you.
Jesus, just call me fucking.
It's over. It's over now. And
I
also,
like Bagpipes though.
Also, shows which are my forte, Will Forte, like Man in the High Castle, or The Grand Tour, which I mean, literally, I was watching commercials for The Grand Tour on YouTube, wishing I could watch it, not realizing that I was already paying for Amazon Prime. So I hate myself for being an idiot.
And I also hate you for not knowing that Amazon streaming came with Amazon Prime.
Also that. Jeff, you want to save us with something that you love? We'll finish it out on a shot.
Let's talk about Felicity Jones.
Hey, let's
mean
talk about
Felicity
Rogue
Jones
One.
from Star Wars Rogue One?
The
Rogue One,
very
the Star
same.
Wars story?
The very same. Here's
Also,
the thing.
some ski movie?
Here's the thing, because this isn't just going to be me talking about how much, even though I hate everybody on the planet, I want to marry her still. This is the thing. So like, unlike a good hipster, the only
Oh man, her photo shoot. She's cute as fuck.
I mean, let's pump the brakes. But yeah, so my only reference for her was when I saw Rogue One. My only reference for her was the like bit part she played in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is one of the worst things ever created.
Oh yeah, you've talked about
I
it on the
can't
show
believe you've
before.
seen so many.
Yeah, right. It's fucking putrid, and anybody who likes that is fucking dumb. Jump in the Grand Canyon, you idiots. Anyway, but I saw that and like, I mean, I don't want to touch on the movie because we could talk about that all day. We should probably do that off off recording. But anyway, I went back and I watched some of like a lot of the movies that she had been in, because even though her character might not have been like the most like super densely written, like it was kind of like just heroin, number 6 or whatever. But she was good. Don't get me wrong. Good in the movie. Character was good. No, shut up. We're not talking about Star Wars. Here's the thing. So, I went back and I watched a couple of her movies, and one of them called Chalet Girl, which is on Netflix.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know this probably seems like
2011,
super.
she played the role of Kim.
Wait, what?
Chalet
In what?
Girl.
Oh
She
yeah,
was
yeah,
Kim
yeah. She was
in-
Kim in Chalet Girl. Anyway, shut up. In Chalet Girl, and I know this is completely uncharacteristic of me, but Chalet Girl is like so much better than it has any right to be. And like it's so much better than you would think. I just kind of like played that because you know, like I'm in love with her or whatever. Anyway, so
yeah, bagpipes. Isn't Jeff so cute when he's in love?
Oh, shut the fuck up. And so I watched.
At this point, I just want to make you guys mad.
But anyway,
Chalet Girl. I'm looking
Chalet
it up
Girl is
right now.
good. No, you mark my words, you son of a bitch. It is a good story. It has good acting. It's good. Shut up. I
I'll
don't need
watch
to
it
defend
with
myself.
the fiance.
Fuck all of
Later
this.
to
Like,
see
this
what
is-
she has to say.
But then here's the other thing. She was also in a movie called Albatross, which I also think is pretty good. Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't care if you guys believe me or not. I just kind of wanted to talk about Felicity Jones some more.
I'm down.
Well, and that brings me to one more thing that I hate.
Literally in a world of shit. She is the only celebrity where I can be like, you know what? You're probably aight. So, in that way, I want to marry her.
Jesus. All right. And
I want to talk about Rogue One. Okay.
No, we're not going to talk about Rogue One because that is like an hour-long conversation.
I want to talk about something that I hate.
Yes,
And
Jason, go.
Something that I hate is that when I walked into the theater on December 16th, and walked up to the counter to pay for my popcorn, there was a t-shirt there that, spoiler alert, spoiled Rogue One for me as I was walking into the theater. Do you want to know how?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
There's a t-shirt, and I will post this, maybe not on the social media, because I don't want to spoiler alert anybody, but I
Right.
will send this to you guys. There's a t-shirt that was for sale at the movie theater that we went to that had all of the characters' names, and they were all crossed out in some sort of, like a mission report style. And I walked in and was
Oh,
like, I
wow.
literally took a picture on the way in thinking, are they all going to fucking die in this movie? On opening day, they had this t-shirt out. Let me see. I'll see if I can send it to you now, just so we
I'm
can
looking it up right
get the
now.
full effect. Let me
When's
see
your
if I can
birthday,
find-
Jason?
When's my birthday? That's not a real question, is it?
Yeah, it is.
That's not a real question.
He's gonna spoiler alert. He's gonna get you that shirt because he's still mad that he showed a bunch of people.
I'm gonna be mad for like the next. I'm gonna be mad for like the next year, like the next like a year and a half.
You literally have to go back to each one of those people and tell them that you're a fuck up. Just so you know.
Ah, boy, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do it too.
This is so sad.
Why?
It's just sad to hear Peter fall from grace. That's the thing.
I'm bouncing back right now. What we're doing right now is I'm bouncing back.
So this
I
t-shirt,
don't know about that.
which I'm sending to you now, literally has all the names crossed out of all the characters hanging as I'm buying my popcorn.
Yeah.
And, yeah, do you see? Do you see? What
No.
the fuck? Oh,
It has
now,
not.
No,
Oh,
it's
here we go.
sent now. There it goes. There
It just
goes.
came through.
There
Let me
goes.
see.
So anybody
take-
who's seen Rogue One doesn't need to see the T-shirt because they know all the main characters.
Oh damn it! I clicked on Peter's cum volcano again.
Yes. And just like that, I am back.
Shots.
Peter's
Feelings,
back.
Jeff
Peter
Bucks.
feels better. Look at my cum volcano.
Oh,
I'm gonna
wow.
take a piss. It's like a pile of brown brownie powder.
What an asshole to make that shirt in the first place. Like, because even after the movie, like, let's say it wasn't opening night, and somebody's like walking around with that. Like, spoilers are a huge fucking thing to me, like
Yeah.
obviously, and that would piss me off so bad if I saw that. Like I haven't seen the movie Memento to this day because somebody thought, oh, it's long enough since it came out, I can just spoil it, and spoiled Memento for me.
As
So
have I not seen Memento.
So to this day, I've never seen Memento.
As have I not seen Memento.
That's a weird sentence.
So
Yeah, it was. It was really slowed down too.
But I have a yeah, this sounds awful. So do you were you guys done with that? I don't want to be a douche and move on from that.
Do what you must.
All right, because since we are talking about things that we love, I wanted to actually just real quick, because I don't know how long we're going to be doing this. I wanted to just mention two things that are near and dear to me. Obviously, still like movie related, because that's all I give a shit about. But my favorite movie of all time. Have I ever mentioned that on here?
I don't think, not to the dramatic tension that you're hitting it with now.
But have I ever mentioned it to you guys specifically? I feel like I would have. You guys just probably didn't listen.
Yeah, no, we never listen to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Go ahead, I'm not listening.
But so my favorite movie of all time, just for the record, is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly with Clint Eastwood. Is my favorite movie ever. Because everybody always asks me, what's your favorite movie, since you're such a fucking dick about all the new movies. What's your favorite movie, so we can pick it apart, so we can defend fucking Doctor Strange or whatever. But so I watched that movie. I try and watch it less than a lot of other stuff, just because I like to be surprised again. Like, because it's 3 hours long. I don't know if you guys have even seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or the last time you have.
The last time is a long time, at least.
Yeah.
Because
So
my
anyway.
grandpa loves that movie.
Yeah, and that's what I get all the time too. Is like, what are you, fucking 80? Because it was, in the 60s. But
No, respect, man.
yeah, and like that doesn't mean shit to me. Like, you have to watch these movies, like, I don't know. You have to watch them in context. But I don't even think you need context for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And I could talk about The Good, the Bad, the Ugly all day, because it's like there's a lot. But
Why do you think you need context?
well, I mean, I don't think you need context, but people who again, I don't want to dip into things that I hate, since I do that all the time. But one thing that I fucking hate is when people watch a movie that is like super good, that came out in like way back in the day, and they say, oh, it's cheesy, or oh, it's so bad. Like, I've heard people say that about King Kong, and that shit pisses me off so much. You have to watch it in the context of what was available at that time. And so, like, King Kong, what was available at that time, that is like one of the greatest movies ever. And I feel like if you're not a douchebag, King Kong should still be high up there in best movies ever. But
well, it's like everybody's gonna say, hey, it's so cliche and everything, but it set the cliche. Every movie after that was copying it.
Exactly, and that's the type of shit I can't stand. But like with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I feel like even though it was the 60s and it's a Western, which already is kind of like a niche kind of thing, it's like, the story, if you read it on paper, is really not like, it doesn't appear to be as epic or as well thought out as it actually is, because it's just like a treasure hunt movie essentially. But but it's like the approach to it is like so phenomenal that I cannot get enough of this. Like, I for the longest time I said I didn't have a favorite, just because there's so many movies that I would consider my favorite that it'd be hard to pin one down. But like the older I get, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly just sticks with me as every time I watch it, I am like awed by something in it.
Like that, like just that whistle, that
yeah,
like that stuck around.
Not even just that, but like how it's used in that particular movie, because like a lot of other movies use that, but The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is like perfection with it, and also like every frame of that you could just take a still frame of it and frame it and put it on a wall somewhere. Like that movie is shot so perfect that I can't even comprehend how you would be that good at filmmaking as Sergio Leone was in that. Like it's just insane to me even to this day.
So that's one thing that I think that really connects with you is good directing. So let's take a shot to the movie that Jeff loves is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I agree.
Yeah, let's raise a glass. Cheers, guys, to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I'm only like 3 out of 10 mad at you guys anymore. So faggots
So
and
I want to
cunts.
tell you, Jeff, something that might make him mad, which is pretty on par. But
are you serious? I'm like on a high right now from talking about my favorite thing on the planet.
Yeah, well,
Do me now.
Oh,
Put me on the brink of self-extermination.
I feel like we already did that
It was
earlier.
never real
I will suck start a shotgun like
That's where this is headed.
So, Jeff,
just
I want
do it,
you to
you
know
motherfucker.
that The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is not on the American film industry's top 100. Do you want to know what's number 99?
Am I gonna break my own neck?
So this is the best part.
151st dates.
Where Jeff descends back into darkness. No, this is great. I want you to know what's number 99, Jeff. And call me the devil's advocate right now. But
The devil's advocate.
Jeff, do you want to take a guess at what is number 99 on American film industry's top 100? Knowing that your favorite movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, is not on the top 100.
Wait, and this was who did this list?
The American film industry.
The American Film Industry or the American Film Institute?
Let me double check.
Jason doesn't know how to read, everybody.
Oh.
Just give him some.
It says AFI, but the website itself says AMC Film Site.
Institute.
Yeah, the AFI is the American Film Institute.
No, American Film Institute. Yep. No, you're right.
Okay,
You're right.
So I am not sure what movie you're referring to, but I can almost guarantee you The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is on there somewhere. There is like no fucking way it is not.
I've looked.
It's probably
over
Breakfast
it
at
3
Tiffany's.
This is. I feel like you're just totally fucking wrong right now. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly AFI. Hey,
Pause. Jason.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of time frame are we looking at here? Like,
It
40
says-
years. What is all time?
Oh, maybe. Wait, when was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly made? Because this says 1998 list, but that can't be right.
That's not right.
Well, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was
Why
made in
would that be the
1966.
Yeah, well, either way.
Ooh.
Oh, so this has definitely changed now that I'm at the 2007 list.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's 2017.
Yeah, well, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly wasn't made in last 10 years.
Yeah,
It was
no.
made in 1966, though.
I still don't see it. Oh, alright. MASH is on here as a great American
Question.
film.
That's a good question, though, you guys. Like, if you were in charge of this committee, what would be your top favorite film of all time.
Number
And I'll just
Good, the Bad,
give you
and the
some
Ugly.
fucking anyway. Like top 5.
Well, that's difficult because I always I like to group two things. I like to put my opinions separate from what is factually good. And The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is number 1 on both of those accounts, I think.
Seriously, of all time?
Yeah, fuck yeah. There is literally no movie that is like there is only one thing about that movie that I can say is not 100%, and that's the fact that they filmed it in Italy with mostly Italian actors. So like
It's a
Clint Eastwood,
spaghetti
Lee Van
western.
Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, and Eli Wallach are speaking in English, but the others are speaking in Italian, and it's dubbed over, and sometimes it's noticeable. That is like literally the only thing I can say about that movie that is not 100%.
But you could also make the argument that spaghetti westerns, which before a politically correct time was the term that you used
Right.
for westerns that were
No, that
like
totally falls into that.
like central Italy.
Is that really?
Right.
I've never connected
You-
those
you-
dots. I've heard
Yeah,
the term spaghetti
because
western
they
quite
had
a few times.
they had a tax credit for filming in Italy, so it was cheaper to film in Italy.
So
They
you
made
could say
it in Italy.
Well,
so you
you
could
learn
say-
something new
you
every
could
day.
that it's like the perfect spaghetti western, which I would agree. It's a fucking great western movie. It's Clint Eastwood, but yeah. Okay.
But the thing is like what makes a good movie, and you could make a list on what makes a good movie, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly excels on every front. Even the thing I have to stress though is even the times where the dialogue might not match with the lip movements since it's dubbed.
That
The
doesn't matter.
performances are still there. Like they still got people that were able to adequately read this shit to overdub the Italian actors. Like there's really you take out the fact that sometimes the lips don't match and you have a perfect movie. Like there's like almost no flaws in this entire thing, which is insane.
As far as I know, and as far as I remember, and I'm gonna rewatch it, but in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, there's not any bad lip reading segments. So
No. There's a few.
well, you know what? You want to know what I like about Western, especially from like the 1960s, 1950s, and into the 70s era? And tell me what you think about this, Jeff. Is that the good guy is clearly defined, bad guy is clearly defined, and the plot is set as to, here's the moral high ground is going to take place. I think that's one of the best parts. I think that's most enjoyable to audiences.
Right.
Is that there's this sense of like, yeah. You can almost see both sides of the conflict, but you're saying, I'm going to choose like the good side, and when he wins, I win. I feel the one of the favorite parts about it.
I definitely agree. What I will say though is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly does that a little differently than everything else that was coming out at the time, because the one who's labeled as the good, which is Clint Eastwood, like it even says, it freeze frames and says the good next to him.
That part's so cool. That part's
Yeah,
so
exactly.
fucking cool. Like it's like,
It's fantastic. It's probably
fuck,
the
where'd that come from? That's so like Quentin Tarantino-ish, but like beyond.
Exactly.
It's
Like,
like
Yeah, it's the
Dramaticism.
best opening to anything ever. But it's like Clint Eastwood's character is he's a con man, and he's like a ruthless. He's a ruthless con man, really, and he's not the most like merciful person ever, and yet he's labeled the good when he's kind of still an anti-hero. Like the movie is filled with anti-heroes. You could even you know, depending on who you are, even though Lee Van Cleef, like, you know, is killing kids and, you know, women and stuff, you could even still identify with him. And I think that's something that does better is there's, you know, 3 main characters. You can identify with all 3 of them and see where all 3 of them are coming from. And yet, you know, morally, you know who should probably come out on top towards the end of this, but you can still, like, be engaged in watching all 3 of them, because most of the movie, again, the movie's like 3 hours long if you're watching the correct version, and it's like, you know, each one of them essentially has their own path leading up to that, you know, confrontation in the cemetery, and it's like, you know, it's just as engaging as it switches from character to character. It's like it doesn't take the traditional path of like, here's the good guy, here's the bad guy, we're gonna follow the good guy as he fights the bad guy. It instead is like, here's the good guy essentially, and then here's kind of like a middle ground, and then here's the antithesis of the good guy, and this is all 3 of their paths as they cross. So it's like, it's not necessarily a traditional Western, even though it's always ranked, you know, it's always classified as one. But I think it kind of like takes the cliches and kind of switches them around to where it's like that little bit above what a regular Western is and what a regular movie is.
All right, so Jeff, Peter, if you have something to say, please tell me.
Well, what do you want to say?
But Jeff, I think that's a great place to wrap it up. Something that it seems like you cannot speak more highly of it, and that is what we came to Hate Therapy for, was to find Jeff's Shangri-La, so to speak.
Shangri-La. You almost said
Shangri-La. All right, anyways.
Shaved ice.
Wild
cherry.
Let's do a shot to shaved ice.
Take a shot and end the episode. You guys, it's been a lot of fun. We've had plenty to talk about. Jeff, we learned some things about you.
Jason, we were right in the middle of the conversation. I've literally this shot will literally just finish this bottle.
How perfect is that?
I couldn't pour anymore and have a full shot.
Have a good night, everybody. Cheers.
No, boy.